Hello everybody, welcome to the People's News today. We're going to be going over a couple of tidbits of information for you on the news. We're going to be talking about how the Senate resumed their infrastructure debate, and Trump is threatening the Republicans who backed the bill. We're also going to be talking about the Dixie fire in California, guys, and we are also going to be talking about how the battle over wearing the mask in Florida in schools, okay? Yeah, so we all know that the infrastructure bill is going through right now, and Congress it's actually been passed by 50 Democratic senators and 17 Republican senators. Now, the Republicans that have passed this and been in favor of and passed it through, they're catching some backfire from President Trump. Okay, so Trump threatens the Republicans who backed the bill, so he's probably threatened to not give his support to those Republicans or the Republican Party itself. Who knows to what extent Trump will go or how displeased he is with that. But yes, they had resumed the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package on Sunday, and now we know that they have actually went ahead and they voted through with the 17 senators, Republican senators voting for it, and the 50 Democratic senators. So it has actually voted through now, but now they have to debate on the issue for 100 hours, okay? So they're not yet finished with that $1 trillion package, bipartisan package. But Trump, like I said, he's not happy at all. He's raged against the Republicans who support this bipartisan $1 trillion package. Now, this bipartisan bill, it will provide what Joe Biden has called historic investment in public works programs for the roads and bridges, to broadband internet access, which I talked to you that I broke this down in one of my other videos for you guys, and also drinking water and more, right? The idea of having electric charging stations and all that. I broke that down to you guys last time in my last video. And Trump maintains a strong grip on the Republican Party, and he's very popular with much of its base. So he's upset about this. He's really upset. And he may throw a spanner in the works by attacking any of his party who backed the bill, and which we know he's upset with this happening, this bill, and how the Republicans are backing it. McConnell is one of the Republicans who are backing it. Republicans, they actually joined the Democrats to advance that measure, which they vote that happened, where you got the 17 Republican senators and the 50 Democratic senators, which pushed it through. However, despite the overwhelming support of this, it's dragged along, and there is few of the Republican senators refuse to yield 30 hours of required debate before the next set of procedural votes. Senators, they were meeting for the second consecutive weekend to work on the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which is the first of Biden's 2 infrastructure packages. However, once the votes wrap up, guys, once these voting wraps up for the bipartisan, the $1 trillion, the senators said they will immediately turn their attention to the next item on Biden's agenda, which we all know is the $3.5 trillion package of child care, elder care, and other programs. And this is much more partisan undertaking and expect to draw only Democrat support. So this is the bill that they're probably going to pass with the reconciliation option, which I did in one of my videos. I discussed with you guys how the reconciliation option works. So, and Schumer said here that he has vowed to keep the senators in the session until they finish up the bipartisan bill and start the initial votes on this next big package, like I mentioned. So that is in the mix, guys. Hopefully, like I mentioned before, when what Biden said about the blue collar workers, hopefully that is blue collar blueprint. Hopefully that is indicative of maybe another stimulus check. and the $3.5 trillion package coming up. We don't know. I hope so. But for me, you, all of us, hopefully, we don't know, but hopefully that will happen for us. On the other hand, guys, we're looking in Florida today. We can see that there is a mass conflict going on here between Governor DeSantis, because he has put an executive order that parents have the right to decide whether their children wear a mask in school or not. And how is that safe, really? Okay, so this says, I don't see how it can be safe. Florida schools on front lines of state mask war. Yes, and we know even with Biden, President Biden, there was some friction between him and DeSantis. I think the Texas governor too, about they're getting in. If you don't want to do the right thing, don't be in the way of other people that want to do the right thing. And I think he's talking, and I think President Biden is referring to what DeSantis is doing here with the mask. Allowing the parents to choose whether their children wear a mask or not when they go to school. Okay, and with about 2 weeks to go until school starts, the new school year, there's a lot of parents that have expressed their anxiety and their fear of their children going to school because of what the governor of Florida has done here with this. And Jerry Greenberg is one of them. He's a Miami father, says he feels very anxious, and even more so because you got the contagious Delta variant of COVID-19, which is fueling record-breaking positive cases across Florida. I mean, we've had 20,000 plus for a while now. And Greenberg's biggest fear, he said, is that his son and daughter will catch this deadly respiratory disease, even if they are wearing masks. But now DeSantis is saying, well, parents can decide whether to wear a mask or not. Their kids wear a mask when they go to school. So it's a possibility that these kids could go to school, especially the ones under 12, because they can't be vaccinated so far. And they go to school. Maybe they have COVID. They get it somewhere else. They don't wear a mask. Other kids go to school without the mask. They meet with each other. And they spread this deadly COVID-19 virus. And not only that, but the Delta variant version of it, which is horrible. And I can really express my gratitude with Jerry Greenberg here and how he feels on this matter. And there's thousands of other parents of across Florida that they're in the same predicament as Greenberg. Their son, whose son is going to start elementary school, high school, middle school, whatever grade it is, and they could be in this situation. And it mentions here that public schools located in Miami-Dade County, where the largest school district in the state, is mandating all students to wear a mask on school buses. But they said they stopped short of applying that restriction on campuses, which is not a good idea. What do you guys think? That's a good idea? So that's not good. In recent weeks, it says DeSantis has veered further to the right by reiterating his disdain for COVID-19 restriction measures. Disdain. Just think about this, guys. This is a way to protect yourself from the virus, and he is showing disdain for these measures. Why would you do that? I mean, people's lives are at stake here. Why would you show disdain? You're the governor of Florida. Okay, you're supposed to be protecting your citizens. Okay, what is better? Okay, you protect their right to wear a mask or their life. Okay, there's much more value in the life of a person than their right to wear a mask. That's how I look at it. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? I mean, everybody has their own right, their own opinion. DeSantis soared on the top. He says he soared on the top of the 2024 Republican National Contenders list by carrying the legacy of former President Trump. Now, we know when President Trump was president, they seemed to be kind of what you might call parallel in their thinking. So, and it seems like he's really gone, in my opinion, to the extreme side of that now, where it was kind of not so parallel with Trump, but more extreme so on that matter, especially with the mask, with what he's got going on with the mask thing. So that's not so good. And there are some counties that are going to still hold that mandate in Florida, even though he he said he put out executive order they can't do that, but there are still some counties that are going to do that in Florida, so that's good for them. You know, they're doing the safe thing. But hopefully this will change. Hopefully Governor DeSantis will change his mind, right, guys? And we're looking on the California side. We got Dixie fires. They're tearing through California right now, and I believe this is the second worst fire in the history of California. Now, this is supposed to be have caused by some company, the Pacific Gas and Electric, to explain the utilities company role in starting what has become the largest wildfire burning in the United States, guys. This is the second in the history of California, I believe, though. So, PG&E's criminal probation for felony convictions stemming from the deadly 2010 San Bruno gas pipelines explosion also required that PG&E give details about the equipment, vegetation in the area where the fire started. And it says here the San Francisco judge said the company would have until August 16th to respond. So it appears to me this has happened before, and it looks like it's happened with the same company here that we've had problems with this. I think they need to look into what's going on here, that company. They really do. So it says it's the third largest wildfire in the state history burning Saturday, but this now has turned into the second, so it's gotten even bigger. And it has actually burned 447,700 acres, and which is 21%. 21% of this has been contained in the Butte and Plumas counties as of Saturday night. But it says here the Dixie fire is on track to surpass the size of the 2018 Mendocino complex fire in the days ahead. So, and I think that has actually happened because now this is the second biggest in California, where it was the first. And you know, I really sympathize with the people there because they have to move all their stuff. Hopefully everybody gets out safe, because that's a lot of people. In Greenville, California, there's a town. It's a town of about 1,100 residents, and that was left in ashes from the Dixie fire, guys. And here is an actual. Let's click on this, and I'm going to show this to you guys here. This is an actual picture of the Dixie fire here. It is absolutely, it has just destroyed everything. It looks apocalyptic. Look at it. It's horrible. The car's just blown. This car is blown up. You can see how the gas tank ignited there and just blew the inside of that car out. Horrible, guys. And hopefully they'll be able to get this fire contained. I mean, it's just desolate. There are trees with no leaves on them. Just horrific. Yes, guys, just horrific. Hopefully they will be able to get this fire under control, and I'm sure they will. My heart goes out to all the people in California. So that is the news for today, guys. I will be coming out with some more news, more videos. Thank you very much. There's 2 videos on the side here at the end of my video you can watch. Click on either one of those to get updated on the stimulus issue, or if you missed those in the past on the stimulus issue. Thank you so much, guys. Please have a wonderful, safe day. Thank you.